The AI Chronicle is live. 10 stories, 6 domains, 1 briefing. First up, Indian startup Rocket is delivering McKinsey-Grade AI. Also on deck, Neysa's $1.2 billion Blackstone deal will deploy and India's top IT giants lost 23,000 jobs. Let's go story 1 right now. Number 1. This one is for seniors, for parents, for anyone who has been putting off getting started. The barrier just dropped significantly. Indian startup Rocket is delivering McKinsey-Grade AI reports at $250 a month. You don't need to understand how it works, just what it can do for you. No jargon. Here is exactly what happened. Surat-based startup Rocket launched Rocket 1.0, a platform that connects research, competitive intelligence, and product strategy into a single AI workflow, generating detailed go-to-market documents, pricing models, and unit economics analysis at a fraction of traditional consulting costs. Let's be real for a second. AI-generated strategy reports can miss context, nuance, and on-the-ground intelligence that experienced consultants bring, and a McKinsey engagement includes accountability and senior expertise that a $250 subscription cannot replicate. Now here's the part that changes the story. For the 99% of small and mid-sized businesses that could never afford a McKinsey engagement, Rocket's AI gives them their first access to structured competitive analysis, leveling a playing field that has always been tilted toward large corporates. Would you let AI decide something important for you? Try it on something low stakes first and see how it feels. Story number 2. I am going to say this plainly, this tool will give you back time you did not know you were losing. Neysa's $1.2 billion Blackstone deal will deploy 20,000 GPUs across India. You don't need to understand how it works, just what it can do for you. Think of it this way. Bengaluru-based AI infrastructure startup Neysa secured $1.2 billion in combined equity and debt financing led by Blackstone, with Teachers Venture Growth, TVS Capital, and Nexus Venture Partners co-investing, making it the country's largest AI infrastructure deal ever. Here's the friction. The majority of Neysa's $1.2 billion is debt financing, not equity, meaning the company carries significant leverage and must scale GPU utilization quickly to service that debt, which is a real execution risk. Here is why I am still excited about it though. India's AI startups have been bottlenecked by compute scarcity and overseas dependency. Do you trust AI with your personal data? Think about that for 30 seconds before you open the next app. Number 3. Robotics. AI. Infrastructure. This one connects all three, and the money flowing in tells you exactly where hiring is headed. India's top IT giants lost 23,000 jobs to AI, but are hiring 82,000 freshers. Here's why it matters. Decisions like this are being made right now at companies just like yours. So, what actually happened here? India's 5 largest IT companies, TCS, Infosys, HCL Tech, Wipro, and Tech Mahindra added just 17 net employees in the first 9 months of FY26, compared to 17,764 in the same period last year, as AI automation absorbed routine software tasks. Now, before you get too excited, here is the part they buried in paragraph 4. The 82,000 fresher hiring plan is a forecast, not a commitment, and fresher salaries are significantly lower than mid-career compensation, meaning the workforce transformation is also a cost optimization exercise for these companies. And here is the part that actually matters for you personally. India has 1.5 million engineering graduates entering the workforce each year. Screenshot and send to procurement. This affects vendor choices. Story 4. A lot is changing quietly right now in the legal world around AI. This is one piece of it. India launches AIGEG, a cabinet-level body to govern national AI strategy. When governments set AI rules, they decide who wins and who gets left behind. Here's the story. The Indian government established the AI Governance and Economic Group, AIGEG, a high-level interministerial panel chaired by Union IT Minister Ashwini Vaishnav, to lead India's national AI governance strategy and coordinate policy across ministries. There is a catch, and it is actually pretty important. Interministerial bodies in India have historically moved slowly. AIGEG's effectiveness will depend on whether it has real enforcement powers or serves mainly as a coordination forum without binding authority. But flip it around, and there is a real opportunity here. India's digital public infrastructure, from UPI to Aadhaar, has scaled to serve 1.4 billion people. Send this to someone in your network who's in a regulated industry. They'll thank you later. Number 5. This one is so practical it almost feels boring. It is not boring. It is a superpower in disguise. Madhya Pradesh AI Radiology pilot reads CT scans in rural hospitals. You don't need to understand how it works, just what it can do for you. Let me break it down. Madhya Pradesh launched an AI-enabled radiology program across 10 district hospitals, deploying a cloud-based platform that analyzes CT scans to detect strokes, hemorrhage, trauma, and tumors, automatically prioritizing urgent cases for faster medical response. But wait, I want to be honest with you about the downside. AI radiology tools trained predominantly on global datasets may underperform on Indian patient populations with different disease presentations and imaging conditions. Clinical validation at scale in Indian settings is still limited. The other side of this story though, and this is the part one love. India has fewer than 20,000 radiologists for 1.4 billion people. Pull this up tonight. Give it one real task from your to-do list. See what comes back. Story 6. $500 billion in 1 quarter. That is how much investors bet on AI changing work. This is where that money is actually going. Gupshup launches Superagent, AI that runs entire customer conversations end-to-end. Here's why it matters. Decisions like this are being made right now at companies just like yours. Here's what actually went down, and it's wilder than the headline. Mumbai-based Gupshup, trusted by 50,000 businesses across 100 countries, launched Superagent on 15th April, an autonomous AI agent that handles full customer conversation workflows across WhatsApp, RCS, SMS, Telegram, Instagram, voice calls, and WhatsApp voice, without human handoff for routine interactions. Here is what the headline did not tell you. Fully autonomous customer conversation AI carries real risk of mishandling edge cases, complaints, or sensitive interactions without appropriate human escalation, and a 90% cost reduction figure from beta users may not hold at scale across diverse industries. But here's the flip side. India's contact center industry employs over 1.3 million people. AI is in your office cutting costs, but cutting jobs too. Ask your manager that question this week. Story number 7. And this is one of those boring on the surface, huge in the implications moments. Karnataka pitches responsible AI as Bengaluru eyes global deep tech hub status. When governments set AI rules, they decide who wins and who gets left behind. Let me give you the plain English version of this one. Karnataka IT Minister Priyank Khadge announced the state's positioning as a global center for responsible AI and sustainable deep tech at BTS 2026 preparations, with the Bengaluru Tech Summit scheduled for November themed AI and beyond. The state is attracting global partnerships and announcing a dedicated responsible AI policy framework including mandatory bias audits for AI systems deployed in public services, data rights for citizens, and algorithmic transparency requirements for government-procured AI. Now here's the catch. Mandatory bias audits and algorithmic transparency requirements add compliance costs that could disadvantage smaller startups relative to large players with dedicated legal and AI governance teams. The other angle though. Responsible AI frameworks, when well designed, create trust that accelerates enterprise adoption. Follow whoever's shaping this in your country. You don't need to agree with them, just know what they're deciding. Story 8. Teachers and parents especially, this one's for you. AIIMS New Delhi opens VR Medical Training Center with AI patient simulations. This shapes how the next generation learns, competes, and builds careers. Here's the short version, and then we'll go a little deeper. The All India Institute of Medical Sciences, AIIMS, New Delhi launched a virtual reality training center in collaboration with Indian startup Medicine VR, integrating AI-powered patient simulations into medical and nursing curricula for the first time at a top Indian institution. But hold on, there's a wrinkle. VR hardware costs remain high, and connectivity in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities where most nursing colleges are located remains unreliable. Scaling the program beyond AIIMS to 15 institutions faces significant infrastructure barriers. Here's why it still matters. India produces 50,000 doctors and 200,000 nurses annually, but training quality is highly uneven. Share this story with a teacher. Ask them what they think. Their perspective on this is one you want to hear. Story number 9. The verdict: AI is learning faster than a teenager. Scary or exciting? India's AI talent pool to double to 1.25 million professionals by 2027. The people who act early get to choose their path, everyone else gets handed one. Here's what actually went down, and it's wilder than the headline. India's AI talent base is projected to grow from 6.5 lakh professionals today to over 12.5 lakh by 2027, at a 15% compound annual growth rate, driven by enterprise upskilling programs, government-funded AI training initiatives, and India's position as the world's second-largest contributor to open-source AI projects on GitHub at 19.9% of all global AI contributions. Here's the part they don't lead with. Talent growth projections assume sustained demand, but if the global AI investment cycle slows, Indian AI hiring could contract quickly, as seen in the IT hiring bust of FY26, where the top 5 firms added only 17 net employees. That gap. That's actually your head start. Unlike the 2000s IT boom, which was built on cheap labor arbitrage, India's current AI advantage is being built on genuine technical capability. Its GitHub contribution rate and IIT research output are world-class by any measure. Quick test: ask your LLM to summarize this. Story number 10. The expert gap is closing. And this is the research that proves it. India's Sahi and Bodh initiatives launch responsible health AI ecosystem. What happens in the lab today shows up in your life in 12 to 18 months. Let me give you the plain English version of this one. Union Health Minister J.P. Nadda launched two landmark health AI frameworks at the India AI Impact Summit: Sahi, Safe AI for Health in India, and Bodh, Biomedical Open Data Hub, to regulate, standardize, and accelerate responsible AI adoption across India's healthcare system. Is the AI hype cycle finally hitting pause? Building a federated medical data repository across 28 states with different health IT systems, data formats, and privacy laws is an enormous technical and governance challenge that has defeated similar initiatives in other countries. The roles disappear, but specialized positions appear right behind them. India's Ayushman Bharat digital mission already links over 600 million citizens' health records. Both builds on that foundation rather than starting from scratch, giving it a realistic path to scale that comparable initiatives in fragmented healthcare systems lack. Think about what industry this touches first. If it's yours, start paying closer attention now. And we are done. 10 AI stories, fully briefed. If today's episode was useful, subscribe and share it. Tell me in the comments, which story do you want me to go deeper on? See you tomorrow on the AI Chronicle.